Hi guys, welcome to Let's Go Fishing. We are fishing at Northam Platts, which is between Northam and Tabazimbi. And we are going to do some catfish popping today. Our day is over, so we've had an awesome day. While we're driving home, you can enjoy the show, and in the show you're gonna see and learn everything you need to know about catfish popping. Guys, like I said in the opening, we at Let's Go Fishing decided we're gonna extend and spread our wings and do a bit of adventure fishing, and this is the first program of adventure fishing that we're doing. And being August, with being a windy month, we decided we're gonna do something special. We want to do lure fishing, and we decided we're going to pop for barbel. So we approached the company, Catfish Poppers. They make awesome catfish poppers. They've situated in the Northwest province, and we told them, listen, do you want to partner with us? We're going to do this. We're going to do a shoot. We're going to put it on YouTube for you. We reached an agreement, and here we are. Here we go. I must say, this morning I had a proper look at these poppers for the first time arriving here at the dam where we're fishing. We're fishing at the concentrated dam on Northam Platts. And the reason why we came here, it's nice and warm. It's warmer than the Vaal Dam, for instance. It's the beginning of August. And I think what the guys should realize about the August winds, and that's the wind that's blowing here, is that the August winds tend to warm up the water a bit quicker. So when you have August winds, guys, it's time to get those rods out. No matter for what type of fishing, get your rods out. The fish are starting to move. A friend of mine fished Groot Mariku yesterday, caught a 3.2 kilo bass. Basically still winter, but the winds are blowing and the water's warming up. Same with the barbel, they are moving already. Now, what is a catfish popper? A catfish popper is basically a popper with either or, and in this case it's either, with a lure tied onto it like that. And how does this work? This basically works like this. You cast it out and you pop it. When you pop it, the scoop area of the popper makes a noise, and that noise simulates the noise of barbel feeding. Alright, it makes a bloop bloop, and if you know how it sounds when barbel turn or feed, that's the noise they make. And most of the time when they turn, they're also feeding. All right, and especially if they fish in if they feed in shoals, they pack hunters, and especially at the end of winter, beginning of spring, they make big shoals. And in the Northwest province, for instance, they'll shoal up the Kerper and they'll chase them all around the dam. And if you can intercept that shoal, you're going to catch a bunch. But you can also catch the individual fish, because they also very they scavenger like. So whenever they hear something, they go there. They haven't got phones to say, hey, what's happening here? Can I come here? They have to swim there. They go and investigate, and that's what they do. If they don't eat, they die. Already caught one this morning. Beautiful fish, proper condition. So what I like about the catfish poppers is vibrant props. You can see them a long way out, and vibrant lures. But you also get the ones that's going to work in the cleaner water, that your more natural colors. All right, so sometimes they do grab the prop, and then you get a proper skrik. But basically, like I said, it consists of the popper, a proper piece of line, fluorocarbon line, tied onto a lure with a treble. Now, I don't really like the trebles, but the trebles are very effective. One tip: when you go, take a long nose plier, because when you really get them going, you spend more time trying to unhook this treble with your bare hands and not get a head shake with the other hook into your hand. So if you got that long nose plier, just be careful with it. Don't hurt the fish too much. You already put some hurt on him, but don't jerk it out. Don't be a jerk. Take it out gently. Respect for the fish. Put them back. Let them fight. Live to fight another day. We're gonna make a couple of casts. Come fish with us. I'm quickly gonna do a cast and explain to you guys how this setup works. All right, let's get it out. There we go. All right, so after you cast it out, just let everything settle. What's happening now, the popper is floating in the water and your lure is hanging right beneath it. So now what happens, when you jerk it, tighten up your line and give it a proper jerk. Now what happens when you do that, the popper part of the setup makes that popping sound, and it, like I said, it simulates other barbel feeding. Now when you do that on windy days, you can use the bigger poppers and you can pop it a bit harder, and then on calm days use the smaller poppers with the more natural colors, or if you're in dirty water, you can use the vibrant colors. In cleaner water, you can use the more natural colors. All right, and especially in cleaner water, when you pop in cleaner water, use the smaller poppers as well, or don't jerk that hard. Today this water is quite dirty, it's quite windy. We have to attract them with some proper noise. You can actually chase them away if you're too loud, but today I don't think it's going to happen. Work it out. If you do the single pop, what's going to happen? Your lure is going to come up and it's going to go down. So if you do a double pop like what I did just now, your lure is going to come up a bit higher and then go down. You must give your lure time to go down, because it's actually on that downfall where the barbel comes up and he's looking what is his mate eating, and this lure comes down on him and boom, you're on. You're gonna know you're on if your popper part of the setup disappears into the water. Sometimes you hear it as they take it down before you see it, and sometimes on the pop they will take it. It's exhilarating, it's fun, and it's not difficult. You do need a proper set of tackle, but we'll talk about the setup after I catch another fish. Oh, fish on! Lovely! Oh yes! Not a big one, but a lot of fun. There's about a 3.5–4 kilo barbel. Man oh man, what a pleasure. Bye. The barbel are behind me. They're chasing up the Kerper. We're gonna get a strike now any minute. Plenty of bait fish around my popper. And that's what you want. Where they are, that's where the barbel are. Oh, fish on! Fish on! That was a good take! We're not catching monsters, but it's the beginning of August and at least we're catching something. I've got a proper leader on here, 35-pound leader on 20-pound braid, and that's one of the necessities if you want to do barbel popping. There we go. And that's how you want them to eat it. These August winds are making it difficult. It's blowing us off the lake. I must say I'm impressed. A small bobble like this, around about a 2.5 kilo fish, gobbles up one of the big lures and takes it all the way down. It just tells you this vibrant color for this dirty water works. Whenever you go do this, just check it out. Play around with different colors. Don't just get one, get a couple. We'll talk about the colors and the clarity of water a bit later on, but I want to catch another one. I'm going to get this little oak back. He's been out of the water for a while. Let me get him back. While fishing, I told Carl to grab a rod and make a couple of casts because it's simply just too much fun to have on your own. It is, it's really a lot of fun and it's super easy. It's actually so easy. And Carl grabbed the rod and instantly he was into a nice fish, and then he put the GoPro on his rod, sneaked away, and when I saw him again, he came back with about a 7.5, 8 kilo cat. And that was awesome. I must say that was awesome. You gotta get out there, go and try it. It's super easy. It's late afternoon now. This wind is howling. We've caught a lot of fish off camera. The wind simply just doesn't allow for us to get the strikes like we want to. But we sort of moved into an area where we were this morning, and the wind's blowing directly into us. So apologies for the wind. There is some nice fish just around the corner, so we're going to see if we can catch one or two of them. I just quickly want to talk about the rod and reel setup that we are using. So basically any proper stiff 10-foot rod would do. Don't go too long on your rod. If you go 11, 12 foot, you can use it, but a 12-foot rod is going to bend you double, especially if you fish like we do. We fish a casting braid, so I've got a 5,000, 4,000, 5,000 type spinning reel on my rod, which is filled up with about 120 meters of braid, and then I've got a proper leader, monofilament leader, 35-pound plus, because sometimes you have to get hold of your popper to pull the fish out. The hook link between the popper and the lure is, I estimate, as out of the packet, is about a 40-pound fluorocarbon, which is really strong. Just one tip, take some extra width because your line can get damaged, especially if you fish in structure, and then you don't want to cast a damaged line into the water, so then you can just replace that. About 500 millimeters long, that's the distance between the popper and the lure. Like I say, go cast it out. If you don't get bites, slow down. If that doesn't help, speed up a bit. Give it one pop, give it two pops, let it rest. One of the lacquer thing is look for the activity. Where you see them, that's where you catch them. Let's go fishing. Got a friend that came to visit. Toekie, go into the water, it's shallow. Ja, it's vlak. I gave him my other rod and he's instantly into a fish. I gave Toki my other rod, and it's got the popper with a neon yellow lure on, and I think it's his third or his fourth cast, and he was into a fish. The vibrant colors definitely work better in the dirty water. Toki's got a big one on there. That's a proper fish. He's got a smaller lure on, so I think these small fish are just missing. They're hitting this big lure and they're leaving it as they hit it. That smaller lure might just be the answer now. It's a bit later in the day, it's a bit hotter. Maybe it just changed up. Yes, hierdie wind pomp nou hoor. Oh, fish on. Big fish. Big fish. Big fish. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh. I was just saying to myself, oh, this is a nice one. Maybe I must pop it a bit harder in the wind. Ooh. Oh, come on, that's why I've got a lead on there. This wind is howling, and when I casted it out there, I told myself maybe I must pop it a bit harder, and I gave it a couple of hard pops, and on about the fourth or the fifth pop it just went doinks down. So she's got me snagged up there, but that's why we're fishing braid and quite a heavy leader. This is a much better fish. Okay. We are not fishing in the easiest of conditions. There we go. We are here until 5 o'clock. That's what my cameraman always says. Oh, big fish. Sometimes they swipe at it and they don't get it cleanly, and you can hook them in the side or on the side of the mouth. My first fish that I caught this morning off camera was like that, and I think this is another one like that. A big landing net would have been a good idea. Oh, I just did my cameraman a favor. He told me this morning maybe we can get a picture of a scarfed thumb or so, and with the compliments of this beast, that just happened. Look at this. What a fish. August month magic. I'm just gonna set this fish down a bit like we do in Spain and catch my breath. Man, oh man. Catfish popper, you beauty. They love this pink color and this dirty water. When it gets to color and water, whenever the water is clear, use the natural colors. Maybe smaller poppers. Whenever it's dirty, bigger poppers, vibrant colors, and if the wind's howling like this, don't be afraid to jerk it. Man, this is a fish, I reckon this fish between 12 and 15 kilos. Good condition, thick body, not the longest fish. What a fight, what a fight. I'm going to pick it up once more for you. Catch my breath, look at my thumb. That's my blood, not the fish's blood. We've come to the end of a long grueling day, and this morning the fishing was actually so easy, and when the wind picked up it just became difficult and more difficult and more difficult. And yeah, it is what it is. It's August, it's still winter, but we had some awesome results. In total I think we had about 10 to 12, maybe 13 catfish, which is not too bad for this time of the year. And I must say I'm really impressed with the quality and how easy it is to fish with this Catfish Popper. It's really easy. Guys, this is how the packaging looks. If you want to do some catfish popping, go into your local fishing store, ask for this. If they haven't got it, let them do the inquiry. There's a cell phone number on the back. They've got a WhatsApp number. They've on Instagram and they're on Facebook. So go like their pages. It's quite easy. I must say, easy fishing, but also hard work, but very, very, very rewarding. It's been a blast. We're definitely going to do this again. I think we didn't really do it justice in this show, but the time of the year and the wind just caught up on us. It's something you can't plan for, and it's one of those things. But we'll be back. We'll be back. Tell your friends about our program. Remember to hit that notification bell. If you want to see more of what we did today, more types of different types of fishing, let us know in the comment section. Let us know what you want to see. We'll see you next time when we go fishing again. Cheers for now.